What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let me get situated. Let a few people get in. What's up, guys? Welcome. All right, audio sounds good. You never know with StreamYard. You always check the audio. Plus, I read comments off my phone anyway. It's just easier. But yeah, let me let a few people get in. So today we're talking about. I've been seeing these new AI channels pop up. You can tell they're made by AI, ran by AI, and some of them are like Christian type channels. And it's pretty crazy to me, and it's kind of scary when I think about it, that if these things start getting popular, oh my goodness, they could like lead so many people away from the truth of what the Bible says. Yeah, it's crazy to me what AI is doing. And then we're going to talk about this. It's called the 4B movement. So basically, this video was dealing about that topic. So I was like, may as well kill two birds with one stone, as the saying goes. So yeah, this is going to be a touchy video. Man. Yeah, so I don't know if a lot of people know what this 4B movement was. I didn't until last night. That's the first time I'd heard about it. Apparently, it started in Korea. It's a movement with basically all women, and from what I'm understanding, their goal is to get rid of all men. Basically, it says they don't need men anymore. It's pretty crazy movement, guys, and it's starting to catch like a lot of traction. So for my opinions, I believe that the women are the backbone of the house. I think the men just go out and provide and work. But I think every house, the woman is the backbone and the strength. And I think men and women were built different for a reason, guys. Men excel at some areas, like hard work, labor, stuff like that. The hard jobs women can't do. I mean, I'm not being sexist, but let me rephrase that. Some women can do some of those jobs, but the majority, you don't see a majority of like women construction workers, all that. It's all men that climb the 3,000-foot towers to change the light bulbs, work the oil rigs. But then, like I said, women have other abilities that they excel in that men don't. So I think God built us like that for a reason. So they can combine basically. So let's get started. I just wanted to kind of preface that because, yeah, I know this is going to be a touchy subject.
Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the opening of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words.
Because I have called, and ye refused.
But that's why I'm saying it's crazy what AI has the ability to do. Like these are like movie graphics almost they're making. It's insane. It's insane.
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
A friend of mine was telling me pop culture was social engineering.
Yeah, he said something about MK Ultra mind control in the media.
Don't you know what's going on?
You see this?
You gotta see this.
Check your phone.
Don't you know? Crazy.
Wow. This is crazy.
You haven't heard?
Bro.
Is this true?
No cap.
You gotta see this.
I don't know what to believe.
Girl, don't you know?
Don't you know what's going on? You haven't heard?
Wake up.
You gotta see this.
But I think everyone can see what I was saying, that I think this could become very dangerous if these channels start getting like a lot of followers. It could be used for propaganda, for lying, it could be used for all kinds of stuff to lead people away from what the scripture actually says.
You haven't heard? Man, did y'all see the new Economist cover?
No.
Check it out. The way it's looking, 2025 is going to be like riding the world's most dangerous roller coaster after the maintenance crew been on strike for years. I'm saying, y'all better buckle up.
Guess who else is supposed to be walking off the job and going on strike?
Who?
You.
What?
Women. You heard of the 4B movement?
No.
What is the 4B movement? It originated in the country of South Korea, where the women there said, we are not going to take this misogyny anymore. They're not going to marry men. They are not going to have children. They are not going to have sex or date men.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to work out, because eventually then the whole population would just die. So I don't know how that's going to work out too well.
And they're going to break all ties with the patriarchal system. It has been so aggressive in the United States.
Oh, I said this is going to be touchy. Oh, goodness. Who cares? I say I don't, whatever. I don't care if my channel gets banned, guys. I really don't. It is what it is. I don't see how that would last long if they do all do that across the globe. Who's going to do the jobs and the building? And it's just not realistic. It's not. You need men and women together. You can't. It's not going to go well. I can tell you now.
States of America, that we've even taken it to another level. Women say, I'm going to divorce my husband if he does not share my same political values.
Coloring my hair.
That is crazy. That is so wild. So political values mean more than what God says. Because God says marriage is for life. That's wild.
Hair. Having my hair be long and luxurious. All that. Being skinny. Being hot. And all the things that the patriarchy wants us to be, because clearly they don't give a shit about us. And I'm talking to you too, those of you ladies who have the...
I mean, I'll agree with that. They don't care about us. That's 100% true. That's men and women. They don't care about any of us. They actually look at us as cattle.
Internalized misogyny required to do what you did.
Don't you? Don't you? Don't you? Don't you?
Every day I'm losing hope. Every day we stray further.
What they don't understand is this is a satanic agenda, and they just don't understand. This is a whole satanic agenda that's being rolled out.
Further and further away from the light, the truth, and the love of the gods and the goddesses. I understand that everybody is grieving, okay? We're still in mourning. We're still in shock. We're still, we're still angry and upset at Kamala Harris not winning the presidency, the election in 2024.
I am going to be doing a video about Black women and how Black women are actually coping with Kamala Harris's loss.
The 4B movement. I'm a radical feminist, female separatist, and I do outreach for the 4B movement. Today, I want to get into the expansion of the 4B movement into the 5B movement, the 6B movement, the Chinese iteration of the 6B4T or 10BT movement, the 7B movement, the 8B movement, and the 8B4T movement.
I am now actively announcing it out loud.
But you see those comments they just made right there. That's what's crazy to me about AI. Let me read
it out loud. I am a part of the 4B.
To the 5B movement, the 6B movement, the Chinese iteration of the 6B4T or 10BT movement, the 7B movement, the 8B.
See this comment he made here, and then she says, so why are straight women following her? So you see what I mean about this could be used for propaganda and just all kinds of craziness? Man, AI is getting crazy.
Movement and the 8B4T movement.
I am now actively announcing it out loud. I am a part of the 4B movement. Okay, until the foreseeable future.
I don't know what the 5B, 6B, 7B, 8B, 10B, and 12B are, guys. I didn't even look into them. I'm not even going to lie. I heard enough with this 4B one. I was like, I don't even care what the others are.
Future.
Liberation language. While we're taking all that back, can we also be menaces? I think it's time for us to be menaces. We've been so kind and patient with everybody. We have been so giving and nurturing to everybody. I think it's time to be menaces. We have epigenetic resistance encoded in our DNA. Let's cause some hell.
We have the power.
Oh, I mean, this goes back to a generation almost. I mean, I see why the women are, not all women, but a lot of women are to the point they're at nowadays. I mean, they've literally, men have basically broken them in this generation, guys. How they're treated, and I can see how a lot of them have gotten to this point. I really can. Man. But it's sad they don't understand this is a satanic agenda that's being pushed on them.
To make morons go extinct.
I mean, you figure how many single mothers, and this is in all races, how many single mothers there are nowadays. The men don't want to take accountability. They're not men. They're not real men nowadays. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm saying a good chunk of them. They don't want to take care of their responsibilities. So like I said, I can see how some women have gotten to this point. I really can. Yeah, man.
Like dinosaurs. The morons here are just creating mediocrity. They are creating harm to Mother Earth. Disrespect.
But you see right there, Mother Earth. This is pagan. It's paganism, guys. It's Gaia, Mother Earth. It's paganism. It's a satanic agenda. And they are basically worshiping a demon, guys. And man.
Affecting the planets. And they are cancer to the planet. We don't need that, okay? We can live without mediocrity. We can live without the morons, okay? And if you're continuing to procreate with morons, you're just making little morons. We don't need that, Sugarfoot. Y'all acting like pregnancy is not a high risk as a woman, especially a black woman. And you out here going half on a baby with the moron.
The fifth expansion is a principle called no chat bar. No chat bar basically means that we are just not talking to men. And that includes even males who are...
I mean, this caption right here isn't a lie, guys. That caption's the truth right there.
Supportive of the 4B movement or claim to support the 4B movement. Because
oh, that caption. She said, dang, y'all not even talking to beta males.
because if they understood the principles, they would shut up and follow our lead.
In regard to the 4B movement, here's a motion I would like to bring to the people, okay? When men speak to us, begin to ensnare us in their drama, that is them being a man and wanting something from a woman, can we start screaming? Can we just scream from there and be like, ah!
Yeah, because that wouldn't make you look like a total lunatic. Oh, jeez. How do we get to this point, guys? People are just broken. Everybody, people are just broken. That's really what it is. Man.
Can we do that? Because I did that recently, and it was so great. It was so great.
Let's talk about Donald Trump's victory and how...
Here goes the agenda right here, guys. This name right here. I won't say the name, but this name right here is what the whole agenda is about.
Shocked everyone is about it. And to be honest, I did not know who was going to win the election. I tried to pull some tarot cards to see, what spirit would let me know. But even I had no idea. I honestly thought that Kamala Harris may win. But, I still have the message that, hey,
I'm not on either side, Republican or Democrat, but I mean, you were pretty delusional if you thought Kamala Harris was winning that election. Oh, I don't know what temperature you were reading in the country, but people were fed up. I don't know how you thought she was winning that one. I'm not on either side. You guys can watch my videos on Trump. I do not like the man. He's satanic just like the rest, and I pointed that out. So I'm not on either side of that coin, guys. I think it's one party and they're all buddy behind the scenes. I don't believe in the two-party system. I think they're all together.
this is still the time of Lilith. I know a lot of people feel, disempowered or a little like, no hope, going forward. But, everything is still at play, right? You still need to be focusing on raising your vibration and healing the feminine energy within you, right?
Remember, guys, I've been making some lives saying it's all about frequencies. That's what she's talking about, healing her vibrations. Different frequencies can have different effects on the body. Some can be harmful. Yeah. Check out I got a frequency video on all that stuff. That's a whole different topic.
Making right with that Lilith energy inside you.
Making right with that Lilith energy inside you.
Now, the 8th-B expansion is no compromise with men.
As part of the larger cosmic shift, we are definitely witnessing the return of Lilith as well as Medusa's energy. Definitely witnessing the return of Lilith. Definitely witnessing the return of Lilith.
That's it.
Lilith and Medusa's energy. Good luck with that. That's just going to lead you straight to hell. That's literally all it's going to do. It's witchcraft. You guys are literally partaking in witchcraft.
I get it. This whole Kamala Harris election loss must have been engineered by some high-level occultists to reenact the ancient mythological story of Lilith. Now it all makes sense. Look.
But you see right here, man, AI is getting scary. It's literally going to be used as propaganda and to deceive. So crazy.
This is a summary of Lilith's lore.
While many are familiar with the story of Adam and Eve, a lesser-known thread in medieval Jewish folklore popularized the idea that Eve was not Adam's first wife, but rather he was initially paired with a demonic figure named Lilith. But who exactly was Lilith? Traces of the character Lilith stretch as far back as 4,000 years ago, an ancient...
Yeah, she's tied to the owl and Moloch.
Mesopotamian demonology. The name Lilith itself probably derives from the Sumerian word Lil, most often translated as wind or spirit. So how do we go from ancient Mesopotamian demonology to Lilith as we know her today in ancient Jewish mythology? The story of Lilith as Adam's first wife actually has no basis in the Hebrew Bible. The word Lilith does appear in the Hebrew Bible, but only once. A single mention in Isaiah chapter 34. In this chapter, the God of Israel wreaks vengeance on the neighboring kingdom of Edom, turning it into a wasteland. Verse 14 paints a picture of the devastation, a desolate land inhabited only by wild animals and demonic creatures. Wildcats shall meet with hyenas. Goat demons shall call to each other. There also Lilith shall repose and find a place to rest. Some scholars argue that the word Lilith here is not the proper name of a specific demon, but like the Lilitu of ancient Mesopotamia, refers to a type or class of demon, and thus should be translated as the Lilith, lowercase l. The NIV translates the word as night creatures, the ESV nightbird, and the KJV as screech owl.
See, that's crazy right here, though. One second.
The NIV translates the word as night creatures, the ESV nightbird, and the KJV as...
You see how basically each version, it would be similar, but they just use different words, like creature, bird, and owl.
As screech owl. So, throughout the Bronze and Iron Ages, we get glimpses of a type of child-killing, anti-fertility, anti-maternal female demon, sometimes conceptualized as a...
But what I was saying is on this one, it's Al is the more closer translation from all the study I've done over the years. Al would be the correct one on this one because she's tied, like I said, I don't want to go too deep into it, but she's tied to the owl and Moloch and the big owl at Bohemian Grove they worship. So that's how I know it's Owl is the right one on this one.
A singular entity like Lamashtu. This figure finds its way into the demonology of Second Temple Judaism. For example, Lilith specifically and Liliths generically appear in the Dead Sea Scrolls.
The most popular story of Lilith comes from a medieval rabbinical text called the Alphabet of Ben Sirah. In this story, Lilith is the first wife of Adam and Sirah. In this,
oh, she's got some type of little altar back here. I wonder what's in this cup right here. You got the skull.
Story, Lilith is the first wife of Adam, born at the same time and of the same earth. But very quickly, they realize this match is not meant to be. The first thing on Adam's mind is to lay with Lilith.
Yeah, this is not in the Bible, guys. This story is not in the Bible.
Very literally, and he insists that he be the one on top. But Lilith will not have it. And she insists that if they do the deed, she will not lie below because she will not be subordinate to him. She will not be...
This basically comes from Jewish mysticism. The Kabbalah and Talmud and stuff like that is where it really is prevalent.
Of lesser status.
This myth emerges in the early medieval period, first appearing in the Alphabet of Ben Sirah, an anonymous Jewish text dating somewhere between the 8th century up to the year 1000. The text expands on the Garden of Eden story found in Genesis. In the text, God creates Lilith out of the dust of the earth, just like Adam, but she challenges Adam's authority. Specifically, she refuses to be on the bottom during sex. She says because they're both made from the same earth, they are equals. When Adam refuses to let her on top, she pronounces the ineffable 4-letter name of God and flies away to the Red Sea.
And God tells Lilith she has to listen to her husband or else she's going to be exiled from Eden, and that would be pretty miserable. But Lilith doesn't care, and in fact, she flies away screeching the unknowable name of God that somehow she knows. And after a while, it's kind of lonely in Eden, and God tries to get Lilith back, saying that, if you don't come back, I'm going to have to curse you to be a demoness who devours her own children for eternity. But
yeah, did you guys catch that right there? I'm not going to say it because
you to be a demoness who devours her own children for eternity.
Right here. This right here, when people go into here, is a satanic ritual. That's all. I'm going to leave it brief on this one because I know this is a channel killer right here. But this is a satanic ritual, guys, right here.
Says,
so be it.
Because to her, that fate is better than one of eternal subordination. Now, to the modern mind, this is pretty freaking feministy.
Some of the very qualities that defined her as wicked in the Alphabet of Ben Sirah, her independence and refusal to submit, were reclaimed as positive traits. By the end of the 20th century, this feminist rebrand of Lilith made its way outside of Jewish communities and found a new home, especially in contemporary pagan circles. Do a quick YouTube search and you'll find contemporary witches publishing how-to guides on how to work with Lilith in one's daily ritual practice. And this
Do not look that crap up, guys. Please don't look that crap up. Yeah.
This positive reinterpretation might be reflected in...
You can open doors you do not want to open looking into that crap. Do not look that up, guys, please.
Broader American society as well, because the name Lilith has skyrocketed in popularity since the early 20s.
They got like videos on here that say like special mantras and music. Do not listen to that kind of stuff, guys. It'll say like special healing mantra or just stupid stuff. Stay away from those videos. It's all about frequencies.
10s. According to the biggest baby name websites, Lilith was around the 900th most popular name for girls in 2010 and jumped to the 270th most popular name by 2022.
Tarot cards, all that. Stay away from all that stuff. Tarot cards, all that stuff.
So for most of her 4,000 years of history, Lilith was an unambiguously malevolent figure, dangerous specifically to women. But here in the 21st century, we're witnessing an ironic twist in her narrative.
Lilith has taken on a new.
So basically, Lilith is known as an evil, basically demon that harms minors, basically. So, yeah. That's why you'll know what I was saying about the PP thing up here earlier.
Role. She has become the dark feminist, the embodied, powerful, liberated, unapologetic woman that we have come to revere.
I am a part of the 4B movement.
4B movement.
The 4B movement.
The 4B movement into the 5B movement, the 6B movement, the Chinese iteration of the 6B4T or 10BT movement, the 7B movement, the 8.
So currently,
I mean, it'll never end. You just start at. It's so insane.
you're seeing the results of a heavy amount of Lilith energy right now. The amount of young ladies who are on a vengeful path is very evident, especially after the wake of the election results.
I see why they taught us about Eve and not Lilith. They don't want us channeling that energy. I think it's time we do.
Lilith being kind of the...
Oh, my goodness. You guys are channeling a demon that is literally, oh my goodness. There's nothing good is going to come from that. I can promise you. You're going to destroy your lives.
Energy behind feminism. Also, if you study her, you will find out that she was labeled as a demon who used to unalive children. So that...
Satanic ritual right here.
Further connects it to the feminist
channel and some heat, but oh well.
Women's rights movement. Lilith is a very dark energy. She's a demoness, so she resides in the dark side of the woman. She is meant to enact vengeance on men. It is dire out here. The young ladies are out here angry at men and wanting to take all men out. And I'm here to tell you that that Lilith energy is nothing to play with. It will destroy you. It will destroy the man, but it will destroy you too. So please.
Wow, I didn't get the memo. Well, I'm not crazy about Trump either, but I'm not about to shave my head for Kamala. Last time that I checked, she still had a husband and a full head of hair.
Yo.
Yeah, imagine that.
I'm proud of you. Even you didn't drink the Kool-Aid. You keep talking like that, I might just take you out the friend zone and give you a shot.
That is very funny. Ha ha ha. If you take off the tinfoil hat and stop scaring my friends with your doomsday conspiracy theories, I might take you out of the friend zone.
Lumber is in denial. But seriously, what you're saying about the Lilith programming might have some validity to it. Remember when they were promoting the video game Diablo 4 and they put up those giant billboards of Lilith?
Yeah, I remember this when this happened in New York.
Around the city, and then the sky turned red and the sun was blotted out.
Blizzard's marketing escapades are in full swing, but this time things may have gone a little too far. That's because...
Hey, maybe that was about St. ABS's prophecy.
They put up massive billboards featuring the demonic Lilith across all of New York. Well, just days later, the sky turned red and the air turned toxic, with the posters ominously reading, "Welcome to Hell, New York."
Yeah, I remember that. They said it was smoke from the wildfires in Canada.
Well, this obviously wasn't Blizzard's doing.
Yeah, smoke does do that. I'm out here in California, and a few years ago there was a fire up north from us, and it literally looked like Armageddon here. And we didn't have any flames here. It was like 60, 70 miles away. and the sky looked just like that, orange and dark. It was crazy looking. It looked like Armageddon out. It was weird looking. So smoke does do that, guys.
Doing. In fact, it's all been caused by the wildfires engulfing Canada at the moment. This is still the time.
That's exactly how California looked when those fires were going on out here. Like exactly. The sky looked just like that.
Canada.
Well, this obviously wasn't Blizzard's doing. In fact, it's all been caused by the wildfires engulfing Canada at the moment.
Let's see. What's up, Isaac? What's up, buddy? Yeah. You said it happens in Oregon too. It looks so weird. It's just so like eerie looking.
This is still the time of Lilith.
While in the game,
That is kind of crazy though. That sign's there, "Welcome to Hell, New York," and then the sky's all orange above it. I mean, I could see why people were like, "Oh, that's freaky."
Lilith is only brought to life after this priestly black man is sacrificed.
This is still the time of Lilith.
Don't you know? Don't you? Don't you?
Silence of the Lambs.
Don't you know?
Silence of the Lambs.
Don't you?
This is still the time of Lilith.
See, these AI videos are gonna get so crazy. Like that's what's scary about these videos is man, they're just crazy. They're definitely gonna be putting all kinds of propaganda and lies and man, this isn't even a big channel. I think it only has 13. Oh, it got more. Wow. Okay. I think yesterday it only had like 1.2 thousand subscribers or something. They only have like 4 or 5 videos. They'll go like 2-3 months in between dropping a video. But these are going to be crazy. Yeah, I bet, Isaac. Yeah, it does look crazy.
Hail, daughter of hatred. Creator.
Yeah, this is evil right here. This is a video game.
Sanctuary.
This was me, struggling to keep up with posting consistently on YouTube and getting less views than normal until I found Spotter
this
Studio.
ad right here.
Spotter Studio is an AI software
It's an
built to
AI
help YouTubers
program
come
to
up
help
with video ideas,
your YouTube
titles, and
channel grow or
thumbnails based on data that leads to better performance. It analyzes
You've seen that like almost every little commercial now.
And lastly, she's given more power when this priestly black woman is sacrificed.
That's all I know. That's all I know.
Making right with that Lilith energy inside you.
Definitely witnessing the return of Lilith.
Making right with that Lilith energy inside you.
When I said PP is a satanic ritual, that's what it is right here, guys. That's what's happening when people go into those places. This right here.
Definitely witnessing the return of Lilith.
Wasn't a Catholic church in France converted to a Lilith temple for that same game?
Yep. I visited the Diablo 4 Cathedral in real life. I live in the USA, and this cathedral is in France, in a town called Cambrai, north of Paris. Now, on my way there, Google Maps told me that people typically spend about an hour here, but you only really need 15 minutes to check out the artworks on the ceiling promoting Diablo 4.
Real-life Diablo Cathedral opens its doors in France. Fans of the game can visit the church until June 11th to view life-sized.
What? They really did that? That's disgusting. That is so evil. They actually did that in a church. Wow.
Art of the title, which is painted on the ceiling of the 17th century cathedral. The church is a deconsecrated cathedral, allowing it to be used for the promotion of a video game.
Yo, so you mean Lilith is to blame for me not getting that girl's number?
And even if it's deconsecrated, which means it's not in use anymore as a church, still, that's just...
The other day, I thought when she said 4B, she was talking about her hair texture.
Now, don't try to blame Lilith for your lack of game. Now, Jake, all jokes aside, I'm not going to go as far as to say you're right about there being some kind of shadowy group who believe in eugenics trying to instigate a gender war.
This is the key right here. I've spoken about it in a few lives, the eugenics program. This program has been around for a long, long time, and it's ran through the New Age movement. Yeah, I've spoken about this a lot in my my Maitreya series and a couple other ones. That's exactly what all of this is right here. It's eugenics. Which, basically, if anybody doesn't know what eugenics is, it's a fancy word for depopulation, basically.
Or in the Black community. But what I will say is, yesterday, I was scrolling through what was trending on YouTube, and I clicked on Megan Thee Stallion's new video, and it was more of the same. Megan offing random Black men then they recommended Fabio Foreign's J.
That's disgusting. That's a music video kids are watching. That is so wicked. Wow.
Jason's plans.
Silence of the Lambs.
And that was the same.
Oh man, I don't know if I want to say this. All right, so who cares? Screw it. So basically, I would say probably 15, 20 years ago, this information came out about how all the top record execs in the music business were invited to this party. And when they got to the party, they all had to give up their phones and everything at the door, and they had to sign non-disclosure agreements before they could even step foot in the house. And one of the guys who signed it is the one who told what happened. He said they basically go in and thought they're going to be around music people, but he said to his shock, everybody in there was people in the prison business, the prison system. And basically, some type of agreement was made that day that they were going to use rap music to keep the prisons filled up, basically. And basically, yeah, use the music to promote violence, drugs, all that, so it would keep the prisons filled up. Which I believe that really happened because I saw the shift in rap music. I grew up right from basically the beginning of rap music when it started to where it is now. And I saw the shift when it happened, the different style of music. It became more violent just overnight. So I believe that really happened.
Then it automatically went to Doechii, Alligator Bites Never Heal.
Silence of the Lambs. Silence of the Lambs.
Hush, little babe.
But yeah, they use these videos to put stuff right in our faces and basically implant stuff subconsciously. It's all symbolism with them.
And I remember that video where she was lowering a man's body into an alligator pit. And I gotta admit, I got a real eerie feeling. And I thought about what you've been saying.
That's not even that.
All right, let me get to some comments. Isaac said there was a rapper, XXX Tentacion. He was messing, with frequencies. That's what I was saying. It's all about energy. It's all boils down to energy, Isaac. And different frequencies can have different effects on the human brain. But right after the video, he was shot and killed. Yeah, it's all planned for sure. Exactly. Remember, they say Satan was in charge of music in heaven, and they say basically musical instruments were built inside his body. So it makes sense this would be one of his biggest weapons against us.
Half of it, that Doechii video, or should I say that Universal Music Group's video, is symbolically referencing gator bait, and specifically the white alligator represents a rare hidden danger. Think about it. What was Kim Kardashian's costume this last Halloween?
Oh, wow. She dressed up as a white alligator.
Just think of all the black men whose lives have gone downhill after they've been with the Kardashians. Gator bait.
That's not a lie right there. That's not a lie at all.
The Kardashian curse.
Silence of the Lambs.
It's crazy because Kendrick Lamar just posted Doechii's album, Alligator Bites Never Heal, saying it's the hardest thing out.
That makes sense. Because they were both signed to TDE under Universal Music Group, which is run by the French company Vivendi, owned by the French conglomerate Bolloré Group. Remember, Kanye said they control the banks in Africa.
Don't tell me Kendrick sold his soul to the devil. He has always claimed to be guided by some kind of otherworldly power. He even said he was abducted by aliens.
Yeah, they call those familiars. They say they help them perform music on stage and stuff. That's been there since the beginning of music. Beyonce's talked about it. Her altar is called Sasha Fierce. That's been around since music started.
At 6 years old, Kendrick Lamar said that he encountered aliens. Now, it's not 100% clear what happened in that encounter, but he was talking to Howard Stern, and while they were cracking jokes, he did seem pretty serious about having an alien encounter.
Yeah, since Kendrick got the inside scoop with these extraterrestrials, maybe he'll tell us what's going on with all these UFO sightings.
Look up Project Bluebeam. It'll tell you what's going on.
Like Prince Harry getting a mock tattoo that says, I am. Kendrick's new video starts with the words, I am. I am. He's been showing signs of a God complex ever since he
wearing he wore those thorns on his head. That was so disgusting.
Wore that crown of thorns at that Paris fashion show.
Yeah, the Paris fashion scene does seem to have a strange effect on a lot of these celebrities. Y'all know I love fashion, but I don't know if I can hang out with some of these French fashion icons like Michelle Lamy. She
is, I've seen her in different videos. She is freaking creepy. She's just creepy. She always looks like this too. Just, she is so wicked looking.
Giving Drag You to Hell vibes. Creepy.
New Orleans was colonized by the French. And now that Kendrick's headlining the Super Bowl in New Orleans at the Superdome, which is strategically placed in relation to the French Quarter.
Meet me in New Orleans, February 9th. Let's go.
And finally, not the Super Bowl, the Superb Owl.
Superb Owl, 400.
There's a couple things. Remember the big statue at Bohemian Grove? They do the mock sacrifice under.
You need to know about that word I just used, Super Bowl. Yeah, that's right. And it's in that spirit that Jerry Carnes is connecting the dots between the big game and a wise old owl.
Superb Owl. Comedian Stephen Colbert reworked the letters in Super Bowl to give his television audience Superb Owl coverage beginning in 2014. During last year's game in Minneapolis, the city's public transit system used the term to promote a charity event. At first, observers thought it was a misspelling. Don't be surprised if a superb owl shows up to guide us toward the game.
The NFL is using voodoo imagery to promote the superb owl ritual.
This is your future. American passion. I see a lot of lights.
Western voodoo comes from Haiti, which was also colonized by the French. I think we're starting to see a pattern.
President Donald Trump will attend the Super Bowl in New Orleans on Sunday, according to the White House.
It will be his first trip as president to the game, as the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Philadelphia Eagles.
They've supersized security at this year's Super Bowl.
Yeah, I was going to say the security has to be crazy there if he's going to the game.
On Bourbon Street, scene of the New Year's Day attack, you couldn't go a few feet with.
Wow, she just missed that by like a foot. Oh, goodness. God is good.
Without seeing the heavy security presence from armored vehicles, local cops on horseback, even the National Guard with long guns.
About 100,000 fans will be here celebrating the Super Bowl this weekend, and authorities are taking no chances, especially with President Trump now attending.
You mentioned 2,000, officers will be here. We have 200 state troopers. We've already seen state National Guard in the French Quarter.
It's Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans with halftime show performer Kendrick Lamar. There was controversy as many thought Lil.
That's funny. I think Isaac just said something about Lil Wayne. Oh yeah, he said Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj has one. Yeah, they all do.
Wayne should have been the choice.
Oh, that's what they're fighting over. Okay, that makes sense. I've been hearing they've been fighting. So it's over the Super Bowl. That makes sense. Yeah, because it's in New Orleans.
But some fans are upset, thinking Lil Wayne, who is from New Orleans, should have been picked to perform instead of the Compton rapper. Now, the New Orleans native is breaking his silence.
Pretty candid about feeling hurt that he was passed over to perform at next year's Super Bowl set in New Orleans in favor of West Coast rapper Kendrick Lamar.
It's crazy because Lil Wayne versus Kendrick Lamar fighting over the superb owl Lilith in the French Quarter was already predicted 3 years ago in Lil Wayne's music video, Mona Lisa. Remember, the video starts in Paris, France, showing the Eiffel
I wouldn't go as far as saying predicted. I would say predictive programming. Yeah, they already knew.
Tower. Then eventually they cut to a scene with this horned female demon, which fits all the descriptions of Lilith. After the video cuts back and forth between Lil Wayne rapping in the French Quarter and Kendrick Lamar playing the piano in France, the Lilith demon seduces and sacrifices this man. She then instigates jealousy between Lil Wayne and Kendrick Lamar, which escalates into
just like what's going on right now, guys. Weird.
A full-blown fight in the middle of a flooded New Orleans street.
Oh, I get it. Katrina.
Mona Lisa, Mona Lisa, as the chorus sings. These occult record labels always use the same symbols with Kendrick Lamar. He's always standing in water serving a false goddess.
Why is the Fox NFL mascot promoting the Super Bowl from a boat called the Voodoo Queen? Who's the Voodoo Queen?
Well, some might say it's Marie Laveau. Laveau being the French name of the...
Yeah, Marie Laveau, she was a voodoo priestess back in the day. I think it was, I don't know when. I don't want to say the wrong date. It was sometime between the 1700s and the 1900s she was around. But people in like the voodoo community like worship her like till this day, basically, in New Orleans.
The wealthy slave and plantation owner who married her. But I think the Voodoo Queen is really a spirit, a succubus, Banshee Osiris, like Kali, Ishtar, or Lilith. Think back, pop culture has been priming black women to associate themselves with this vengeful, half-woman, half-animal spirit in recent years. And a lot of mythology says these kinds of spirits live in the water. That's why they got it on the side of a boat.
Back to the alligator, Gatorade.
So Jake, if you're saying women are being manipulated to personify Lilith and attempt to overthrow the patriarchy, what does any of this have to do with France?
Yeah, You mentioned the Lilith Church in France, Kendrick under UMG, which is owned by the French. The Super Bowl in New Orleans by the French Quarter. Voodoo flourishing in places colonized by the French. So what's the French connection?
I gotta admit, I'm not really sure how all this ties together. It's a lot of coincidences and I don't believe in coincidence, but I do know how we can get some answers. Let's ask Truth Rider.
You're gonna regret this, you fat.
That's just crazy, the graphics nowadays. Yeah, I guess that was part 1 right there. There is no part 2 yet. That's like a preview for like an upcoming video. It's crazy. But if you type in like 4B movement, you'll see it's starting to get pretty big.
In the wake of Donald Trump's historic win, there's a new movement sweeping America. Disappointed women are actually swearing off men.
There's no way I am letting any man near me for the next few years.
They're saying no to dating, no to marriage, no to sex.
Celibacy, at least to me, isn't that hard.
And no to having children.
Like so many other women in America who have been considering trying to get pregnant, I woke up today and said, nope, not anymore.
This woman is actually shaving her head in protest. It's being called the 4B movement, and women are taking to social media declaring their allegiance.
Yeah, I'd never heard about it until last night. That the video we just watched randomly popped up in my feed. It's crazy.
The 4B movement was actually started by women in South Korea back in 2019 as part of their version of the Me Too movement. The number 4 refers to dating, marriage, sex, and children.
This movement's way more important now than ever.
26-year-old Alexa Vargas joined the movement 2 years ago and expects a surge of interest in the wake of the Trump victory.
So you, in 2022, swore off dating forever.
Not forever. We're not going to settle for low-value men that don't respect us anymore.
But lots of women are mocking the no marriage, no sex movement.
Wait, that woman was cutting her hair off? Oh, bold.
Wild. The fact that these crazos are out here, they're like, we're not touching men. I hope that means more for me.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like I said, I've just been seeing these AI channels pop up, and I'm like, I can already see where they're going to go. These channels are going to just get insane. They're going to be used for propaganda and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I just happened to see that, and I thought it was an interesting topic. Yeah. Anybody who sees this, check out my buddy. His channel is now called Jared TK. He used to be Bible Talk Podcast. He's doing a live tonight at 9. Go sub to God's Integrity Pathways, Isaac. Sub to Mac and Cheese Life. Who else is there? Hold on. Yeah, Mac and Cheese Life, God's Integrity Pathways, Jared TK. He used to be Bible Studies. And that's all I could think of off the top of my head right now. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this. Do a little quick video real quick. I got to go in here and cook dinner and do a bunch of stuff. But I'm not going to be back tonight. I'm going to be over at Jared's tonight at 9. Yeah, you guys are all more than welcome. Whoever sees this, just pop over to his. And I'll catch you guys later. I'll talk to you later, Isaac. God bless, buddy. And God bless everyone else. Put your faith in Jesus Christ of Nazareth. He died on the cross for our sins. 3 days later, he arose from the dead. He died for the sins of all mankind. Anybody who puts their faith in him and keeps their faith in him will see the kingdom of heaven. We can't walk away, guys, and you can't go do whatever you want. That's a huge lie. God bless.